One. How's it going, everyone? It's Solarbacca in the video, and today we are going to be discussing the Gangplank buffs. Because a lot of people were wondering, are they going to be broken buffs? Are they going to be good buffs? Or are they going to be useless buffs? The good news, some of your questions will be answered in the way that you wanted them to, and some of them you'll be left very disappointed. So with that being said, let's do this. All right, so the first Gangplank buff is mana per 5 seconds is increased from 7.5 to 8 seconds. What does that mean? If you do the math on that, that's 0.5 times 12, right? Because of 12 times 5 is a minute. You get 6 mana per minute. So that means with the new Gangplank buffs, you'll be able to have 1 extra Q every 10 minutes. That's crazy bad. That is a nothing buff. I don't know what they were cooking. I think somebody on the balance team personally just wanted to see the 5 go from a 5 to, to an even number to 8. So that's probably what ended up happening there. So yeah, that's 1 extra Q every 10 minutes. The second buff that Gangplank received is his barrel cooldown went from 18 to 14 seconds to 17 to 13. It went down by a single second. And you might be saying, well, Solarbacca, how impactful is that actually? So here, I actually did the numbers for you off of this Reddit post that I saw from converting ability haste to CDR. This was made about 4 years ago, so if it's wrong, hey, if any of my math is wrong, don't blame the NA brain, blame this guy. Blame whoever made this guy's post. So I decided to whip out the calculator, do some calculations, and here we go. So pre-buff, your barrels are 18 to 14 seconds at level 13. Trinity currently gives you 15 haste. So here you see you get 12 seconds per barrel, and it takes you a minute to get 5 barrels up. Then with 30 haste, which is Trinity plus Essence Reaver, it's 10.7 seconds per barrel. So that's going to be 53 seconds. So I'm trying to show you how much CDR you get in the current patch, and then we'll compare it to post buffs as well. So next we have Trinity plus Essence Reaver plus Legend Haste. That's 45 haste. That's 9.6 seconds per barrel, 48 seconds to get 5. So from here to here, the drop off is 12 seconds, but now we're going to be comparing that to post buffs. So post buffs, we can already see the difference here. It's 60 seconds to get 5 barrels, and here I actually, yeah, and now it's 56 seconds. So it saves about 5 seconds off your barrels, which, it isn't the worst, but it is what it is. This is with 15 haste. Now, if you were to have Trinity and Essence Reaver on the new patch, your barrels would be down to 9.99 seconds. And here you can do the comparison. We go from 10.7 to 9.9, and then for the total amount of barrels, it's going to be 49 seconds versus 53 seconds. So on average, you're saving about 5 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds on all of your barrels, which makes sense, right? Because it went up by a second per level. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Gangplank buffs. We went from 48.3 if you were to have the max haste build to 44.85. Now, for these Gangplank buffs, are they enough to make Gangplank good? No, they're not. Gangplank is still not in the greatest spot. I wouldn't say he's at the top. I wouldn't say he's at the bottom, but I also wouldn't say he's in the lower middle of the pack. And the reason why he's lower middle of the pack is just because other champions can do what he does better for the most part. And if you're a one trick, it's not really pickable every single game. The only way that he could be pickable is if you were to play like Grasp GP, sit back and try to farm till 20 minutes and then try to have an impact. But the problem with that is that it's solo queue, and you don't have a lot of control over the game. So, especially when you're playing a champion like Gangplank, you don't want to be even. You want to actually be trying to get kills in your lane, deny the opponent from being able to TP bot lane because they had to use it top lane, or whatever valuable resources that they have to use. So whether it be their ult, their flash, their TP. So these buffs are in the right direction, but they're not there quite yet. I think if another second was taken off of barrels, so if we went from 18 to 14 to instead 16 to 12, I think that would be very good buffs for Gangplank. Now, here is my other suggestion that a lot of people have been echoing through the community, and I agree with it. Instead of just attacking Gangplank's barrel cooldown reduction, right, for free, because this is for free, right? You don't have to work for this. This is free. What if he just got a barrel on takedown instead? So instead of 16 to 12 or even 17 to 13, what if you got a barrel on takedown instead? And the thing is, this would not be broken because you can adjust it similar to Auction passive, where they have to be damaged in the last, I believe it's 3 seconds. So you can make it so that it's not off of a normal assist, right? Because an assist, I believe it's as long as that person is in combat. So if you GP out someone and they're in combat for 7 seconds, then you will get the assist on them. However, with this change where if it's a barrel on takedown and you had to have hit them in the last 3 seconds, I think that's a good way of balancing it so that it's not just like, all right, you got 4 barrels for free or 3 barrels for free. This is what I'm advocating for. If they don't want to lower the barrel cooldown by 2 seconds, then I think at level 13, at max rank, you are given 1 barrel on takedown. I don't think it's game breaking at all. I think it's very balanced. And I think most people in the community would prefer that over them buffing his crit modifier. Because when his crit modifier was up, nobody was happy. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, the Gangplank one-shot everybody again. Awesome. So in this way, it adds more skill expression, and it also opens you up to more builds, right? Because if you get a barrel on takedown, you're allowed to go a more bruiser style GP. Because as it is with bruiser, you don't get a lot of barrels either because you're building items like Trinity Force, which is 15 haste, which is terrible. Then you've also got plated steel caps, so you really can't get any haste. And yes, there's items like Spear of Shojin, but especially with the build that I love going with Unending Despair and Spirit Visage, there's not a whole lot of haste coming in there. So getting a barrel on takedown would be pretty nice for all of Gangplank's builds, including APGP, although he doesn't really need it because you get a lot of haste. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Gangplank buffs. Closing out is that these GP buffs are a step in the right direction, but they're not good enough to make an impact on Gangplank. These are not enough. It's just not enough. My suggestion for making Gangplank buffed in the future would be either lowering it by another second, or at max rank, you're given 1 barrel on takedown. So level 13, you get a kill, you get an assist in the last 3 seconds. Boom, you get another barrel. But yeah, that's it for my thoughts on the Gangplank buffs. If you guys did enjoy the video, hope you leave a like, comment down below what you want to see next. Follow me, twitch.tv/Solarbacca, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.